I read a story where Ambassador...
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. Where Ambassador Desmond Akawo was quoted as saying that what is going on in Rivers State is a family affair and that it to be resolved. Do you agree with him that this is a family affair with all the chaos and explosives and the violence that have been reported?
Well, thank you very much. I don't need to disagree with him. I need to agree that there should be peace and matters should be resolved. But yesterday was like a liberation for Rivers State. God himself liberated Rivers State yesterday. The people of Rivers State vehemently condemn the action of the former governor and his cohorts. What they did yesterday is what we call a mutiny or perfidy or coup. They plotted a coup against the people of Rivers State. They plotted a coup against the governor. And it is very sad that this is a governor brought by the former governor himself. And so the people of Rivers State are happy in the sense that the former governor was like a lame dog, the governor. The present governor was a lame dog governor, while the former governor still preside over the affairs of Rivers State. The governor decide who should come to government house. The former governor decide who should come and who should not come. And today, we have all seen that peace will come, but then the governor should take charge of his government. A situation where you're a governor, somebody decide how you manage the resources of the state, having served for his own tenure. Somebody would be the one to cook the food, somebody would be the one to share it. That process is not allowed by our Constitution. The Constitution empowers the present governor to run the affairs of the state. The governor, as those say in the past, the former governor is the one who decides what happens with the fake money. The former governor is the one who decides what happens to the internally generated revenue. The former governor will tell the governor not to travel. The governor must take permission from the former governor for every step. And this boy has been so loyal and has been doing everything the man asks him to do. A situation where you appoint 16 commissioners, the present governor can only nominate one, while the former governor will appoint 15. It's not done in any society. A situation where you have more than 17 advisors and all of them were decided by the former governor. A situation where the former governor decides who becomes the speaker, who becomes the majority leader, and who are the officers of the house. A situation where the former governor will decide who should be the CSO or who should do the security aid to the governor. The governor was caged. And to an extent, the state was caged because whatever the former governor wants is what happens. The former governor controls Abuja, and he also wants to control Rivers State. And the present governor asked just a few things. Allow me to run the government. I am the one elected. Even though you supported me, even though you brought me, let me run the government. And they say no. And before now, some of us have asked this governor, the former governor, to let the governor be, the present governor be. Let him be the one to run the state. But it went into a deaf ear, and the former governor don't want to hear that. And when they saw that the boy was now resisting, he decided to start with impeachment. And that impeachment, we thank God, it did not succeed. He knows how he twist the assembly members, but by the grace of God, they realized themselves within a few hours and impeached the speaker and some of the other house officers and elected the former majority leader as a speaker. That is a good development for the state. We also be grateful to God that the governor is realizing himself, and at least he has been able to dissolve the executive council. I will appeal that this time he will appoint people of impeccable character and people who have the state at heart, not people who take directives from other people. I think the security attacked him yesterday, and the attack on the governor is an attack on the state. When you pour water on the governor, you pour water on the state. When you shoot at the governor, you shoot at the state. But these are preliminaries when you talk of mutiny. Anytime there's mutiny, the usual thing happens. And Rivers people are willing to support the governor, and that was why they came in their numbers to say no. And so we are happy that we are getting a new development. We are not against him reconciling with Wike or anybody, but he must take charge of the government of Rivers State. He must decide what happens to the government of Rivers State, because he will be accountable. He will be held accountable after his tenure or even within his tenure. And we hope the former governor will realize himself quickly, because he has brought the karma upon himself. You know what happens between him and his predecessor? And this boy was trying to avoid it, but he refused. He has brought the karma upon himself by trying to forcefully remove the elected governor. So we are happy, we have gotten independence, the governor has gotten independence, and we move on. And we believe that this governor will do better, because you cannot out-twist him. You have, before you leave office, you have given contract that he will be paying for the next 3 years. So he will not have time to say, where is my project? Tomorrow they will say, you are the only best governor, and he's not a governor, he did nothing. Right. But God has liberated him, God has liberated the state, and we believe the present governor will look at the errors of the former governor and develop the state in a way that everybody will be happy.
What sort of agreement and how we can learn from this for the future of Rivers State?
Well, thank you very much. First of all, we are talking about constitutional government. In the constitutional government, the constitution guides the operations of the government. Whatever agreement you have outside the constitution is null and void. Whatever promise you make outside the constitution is null and void. The constitution empowers the governor to run the state. It did not say, oh, consult A or B in doing so. There are constitutional bodies also that can advise the governor, and not the agreement you had. No agreement stands in politics. This is a known fact. The former governor himself made promises to Mr. Jonathan and Mr. former President Jonathan what and what he would do. But did he do it? Did he honor them? Did he respect them? He rather took Mr. Jonathan's father's house, demolished it. Is that the agreement you're talking about? So the issue is today we are talking about in Rivers State is not agreement. What we are talking about is good governance. We need the governor to rule Rivers State in a manner that he will have something to say in future. He must have a legacy for himself. At the same time, he will improve the lives of the people in Rivers State. Not a situation where only one local government is developed out of 23 local government, and you say you are developing Rivers State. Okay. That's not what we want. Okay. So whatever agreement they had is wrong. It's not proper. It's not known to us. It's not known to the public. What is known to the public is the constitutionality of who a governor should be. Okay. That is one aspect. On the issue of the House of Assembly. Now, the House of Assembly have not been able to come up with one crime Sim committed. They've not been able to say, oh, Sim did this, Sim did that. They have not said so. And there was nothing like a rift between them except a directive that was given, remove him. So military, we're not an authoritative government. This is democracy, and democracy are process. Okay. For you to impeach a governor, there are processes. And you have to serve the governor. That is one side. On the issue of the speaker, they said 26 of them impeached the former majority leader who was obstructing them and who started the process of impeaching the governor. Another 26 out of 30-something members. Another 26 came out today and said, yesterday, I said, no, we have impeached the former speaker for mutiny and perfidy and other crimes. And so they have sacked the former House officers, including the speaker. It's between the confinement of the House of Assembly. It's not the duty of the governor to do that. Because if they see that what they did was wrong, they retrace their step. And I think today they are standing behind the governor. Those that are not standing behind the governor are those that were suspended by the same House of Assembly for their illegal action. And so we don't see anything wrong in Rivers State as to what happens in this state. And the former people did not have a maze to use, but the people who elected the speaker has a maze, which is the authority of the House, to say, look, we are sitting as a member of the House with a maze. And again, let me say legality. The The governor knows who is the speaker. The governor deals with who is the speaker.
Okay, Your
We
Highness.
have the instances in Edo State, and these are things that everybody knows. So we have no problem. We are watching the scene.
Okay, Your Highness. So, for the sake of the right of fair hearing, because Mr. Wike is not here, can you please prove all the allegations you made just now for the reason for the problem? Because you said Mr. Wike was asking about contracts. He had given contracts prior to this time that Mr. Fubara will have to speak. You talked about travel. He doesn't want him to travel. Can you please prove all of these allegations, that you have made against Mr. Wike this morning? Because apart from just, let's just mute things, let's also be able to direct people to proof so that we can get the fact of the matter. Can you please prove?
I don't need to prove it. These are known facts. They are always in the social media. Everybody knows. The former governor, out of 16 commissioners, the governor was allowed to produce only one, while the former governor produced 15. As a governor, you cannot appoint your CSO. The former governor appointed your CSO. The former governor appointed the chief of staff. All the appointments that has been given were made by the former governor. These are known facts by everybody. And that is why it is very painful to them when the governor says, I dissolve the ESCO. That is one aspect. Two, you hardly see the governor attending meetings of governors, either PDP or anywhere, because the instruction is you should not go out. You rather see deputy governor attending and not the governor. The governor is not using the state plane, which is a known fact, because he would not like not to travel. It is the former governor that will use the plane owned by the state. These are known to everybody. In terms of see the governor seeing people, you cannot just see people unless you have permission from the former governor. These are known to every river son and daughters. So as regards whether we have been protesting, this protest has been on. I have personally come out severally to ask the former governor to allow this young man to rule. They're on record. We have been talking, allow this man to rule. Before he became a minister, the former governor have to report in his house every morning to take directives from him, as if he's the de facto governor. And in godfatherism, if you look at the history of Godfather, there are principles that they applied. The Godfather don't control everything. They only give directions and allow you to operate. So what happened in River State is like we are caged. The state was caged. It happens a time when I came out outburst and said, leave this boy alone. If this is we are not seen, why will I come? And why did they not counter me? There was nobody who countered me. I challenged Wike to counter me. Let him come out. If it's possible, we face one-on-one. Let him say what I'm saying is not true. These are the facts that is known to everybody. Maybe when you have opportunity to speak to the governor, maybe we hear from him. Or those close to him. I am not in his government. But as an elder statesman, I happen to be involved in the example. Governor Wike said by himself that before he left, he has planned the road, the ring road with Julius Berger. Unfortunately, time was not on his side, and so the present governor's side. How much is that road? Almost 200 billion naira. A governor coming to office, you are giving him a project of 200 billion naira. This is not a project the governor planned. And there are things, small things we can do, what 200 million can do. If you invest 200 million in all the LGA, 10 billion in all the LGA, you can see how far it will go. But you have no option. And the directive is pay them in advance. And most of the contracts he awarded, they were paid before even the contract was done. These are known facts by the River State. And when he was even commissioning that road, his speech was very clear to everybody. So let him now come back to deny. Although in Nigeria, anything he can deny. He was calling APC as cancer, that he would not go to APC as cancer.
Okay.
that is in malaria, PDP malaria.
So-
but today, where is he?
So,
people can talk with two different ways.
do you have any...
But what you are saying, but these are visible things that everybody see. The governor has not even done thank you talk of the state. He's waiting for permission to go ahead.
Okay.
To do thank you talk.
Okay, so
these are things you will smell. If there's a good food around there, if somebody is cooking a good soup, the odor of the soup will tell you what they are cooking.
Okay.
If somebody is cooking bad soup, the odor of the soup will tell you what they are cooking. I'm not part of their government.